What a smart, witty name.
So there you have it.
Predictions, Jack.
Pat's Money Crew win.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do, man.
I actually rate that. I rate that. I think Epiphany Bot win this one, but I think 16 to 11 is realistic.
The thing is, I would go for Epiphany Bolt. Because you look at it on paper, you got a bit of Thomas, a bit of Shaney, Dominic Domninson, the Dominator on the server.
Mr. Soulcast.
Exactly, the main man machine with the pistol. But I just feel like, to be honest, this is going to be another Pat's Money Crew upset, another PMCU.
PM, see you later, Wolfie, as he's taken out of the equation already. 5 versus 4. As they make their way in towards the A side. Now rotation comes in from Shaney playing towards CT. So they're going to have the extra man here in terms of the defense. It's going to be down, I would say, towards Thomas and Elo. But Crit finds another frag into this round here for the T side. Steven chimes in as well. 5 versus 2.
Shaney trying to play from bank here as the push comes round. Crit will actually connect the headshot and take him down. So it is just Dom last alive. He's got the baggage pin. But is he going to be baggage into this round, or will he actually be a critical member?
Let's see. But the thoughts of his ex still linger on years later. Has he got too much baggage left in himself? Finds one. Still a 1 versus 3 though. The kit was dropped somewhere towards middle, unfortunately. So Steven will find the last frag. As it goes 1 to 0 as Pat's Money Crew claim the first pistol in the 3rd game of the day already. This is a swift night already. These games go quickly.
Probably, yeah. I mean, they all average about an hour.
That's true.
That's why we got that schedule.
Yeah, it's actually over schedule. 17 minutes over schedule, would you believe it?
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it comes out. Blackie going to go for the Krieg with Galil going through on Harry C. The rest of them with AKs, apart from Docs, the UMP, so he wants some cash into this one. Actually, the only player to invest in SMG as well. Quite restricted on utility. Blackie's only one with a flash, so this might actually restrict them when they go for a site take. Up close and personal. Let's see if we can get the entry here. As Wolfie lies in wait with the CZ out, spams towards his head, a bit of a panic comes through, and he is actually tackled. They get a free SG and a frag into the round.
Ooh, that's a nice smoke. Coming out towards CT stairs, I imagine, and it will land eventually, but Dom coming in towards the site now, 5 versus 4. Blackie taking out the equation. Tox as well with a deagle from Thomas. I'm an FPL player, uttering. Comes in. Lols though from behind, finds Wolfie and Elo, the Swedish duo, dynamic duo should we say, coming from Gamers, and now into a 1 versus 2. Bomb, situated towards default. Has to isolate both the players in the scenario as well. Dom go for the jump peek, spots out the player as well. Lols has now been seen. So they can play off the angle with the bomb. Play the off angle. I mean, at this point, if you're Dom, you just peek as soon as Shaney shoots. The round's over.
Lol's quite paranoid actually as well, looking for any potential leeway he can get into this round. Spots Dom with a jump face. He's hoping to reposition. Does fire off though. So because he fired out with the AK, he's now got the read. He shouldn't go for the jump face anymore. They still have the bomb. They've got 30 seconds. All they need to do is go to a peek together, essentially. Or just try and overwhelm him with a 2-on-1 face if the peek comes round. But they've isolated it. They've given him the free 1v1.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily, Dom actually does tackle him there and overpower him when it comes down to crunch time. But still, it's a 1-to-1 round then as both of them trade around each. PMC just going to reinvest into the Deagles. So they do go for the deco, when instead of Epiphany Bolt, obviously because they won that round, they can keep the winnings that they scavenged. They've got the M4s to work with, the AK coming out on Dom as well, the UMP over on Wolfie. So once again, only one SMG coming out, but it's actually still going to be one being run on the Pat's Money Crew side. Lols has the Mac 10.
Yeah, Lols there. 14 HP away from the 1 versus 4. If you remember, Jack, when we cast the last season of Prem, Lols had that crazy game on Overpass.
Yep.
25 kills or 23 kills in the first half on the T side. Feels like he's going to have to delve back into that sort of performance and have it reoccur if they want a chance of the upset. But you've actually got Pat's Money Crew favored into this one, and, you know, you might be correct here. Definitely, you know, unsatisfying performance so far from Epiphany Bolt in the Premiership. Being, what, 1 to 3. Having losses versus Pat's Money Crew, Endpoint, Fish, understandably. It's surprising to see, but 5 versus 4 already, obviously, after the first frag was found by Thomas. As now we wait. Pat's Money Crew grouped outside Monster, but going to be going in towards T-Spawn. And this team as well, led by Docs, is an extremely slow-paced team. This is a team that's going to work the clock every single time. Slow defaults, fakes, your favorite.
Yeah, they're really going to try and run that clock down to as low as possible before they actually go for their full commit. Into this round as well, Lol's actually, depending on the timing, could cut off the rotate here. Thomas and Shaney and co are still dubious, and they stick around because of it. Lol's peeks out, gets their attention, but stays alive. So somehow this has actually worked out pretty well for him. No rotate over towards A. So even though Elo gets all of this information and one frag, but he goes down, now comes in the late rotate.
3 versus 4 then. Wolfie in towards default, eventually going to be traded out as well, but not before Thomas arrives. The backup of Shaney as well, all down to the 1 versus 2. And Shaney claims the second frag as well, 2-1 as Pat's Money Crew work the clock all the way until the very end. Round number 4 then. Will be the Eco coming up from Pat's Money Crew. You know, maybe if it was a Shaney staying alive, for example, you could argue to go for the Force here. Money would be low, and it already is going to be fairly low. Only one player of above $2,000 or $1,000 at that, and that will be Thomas. 2.1k for him heading into this round, so this is a must-win, but also a must-win clean round versus the Eco. They need to have 4 or 5 staying alive and pick up frags with these SMGs.
Oh, Wolfie, the early damage though. Elo as well, going to go 2 for 2. Gets the third as he makes very quick work of them. Didn't want anything too crazy coming out this round. Stop a bomb plant as well. That's the most you can hope to achieve out of that. Blackie instantly rebuys onto the Krieg as well. So he actually does want to use this weapon over the AK, it seems, as that's 2 for 2 on buys he's had. Both of them being centralized around the Krieg. For Epiphany Bolt as well, so a little bit more over the place. Obviously, you do have the MP9 there on Thomas. Won't be as effective as they do actually have the full buyout into this round, but it can still be quite a powerful weapon if you get up close headshots coming through and spam into the cranium.
All 5 players now for Pat's Money Crew towards the speed bomb. Side 2 coming in towards B short, leaving just Lowell's alone towards connector. 3 outside monster as well. And you can see with the bomb, Docs, smoke in hand, probably going to be smoking in towards the center of the site. I actually believe that's a bridge smoke, so smoke off bridge, smoke off the site. See if they can make their way in towards the speed bomb. So Smokes does land, sorry. Actually, it misses a little bit. So there's going to be a gap here, maybe, for Shenny to utilize. But the flashes come through. 4 versus 4 as Lowells and Thomas went 1 for 1.
Oh, Dom, flashbang over. Harry Seether with the timing spots him there as he walked in. It all comes down to Shaney really to be actually the defense on the site as he's given a free firefight. Takes down Harry C. Wolfie as well is able to execute Blackie as Crit goes down. Docs comes through with the AK fire back on Shaney. It's only Docs remaining now. The double face Mello and Wolfie overpowers him. They can come in. They're going to get a defuse into the round. That'll be the 4th one picked up for Epiphany Bolt. And also a bit of a broken economy, a blunder for Pat's Money Crew, as their cash isn't going to be too fantastic as they now have to decide what they want to do going into this. Pause comes out as well, Snods.
Yeah, I mean, this has to be the pause coming from Pat's Money Crew. I mean, ideally... Oh, no, player's actually DC'd, so it will be a technical pause. Who's gone from the server? Docs. Their IGL and captain, Jack. He's gone. Who's going to be here to look after the children?
It's true. Who's going to keep the kids in check, in line?
Oh, I just simply don't know.
They could run amok on the server. Well, 4-1. Epiphany Bolt currently in the lead, actually with a pretty good start. For PMC, it was a good opening pistol round, but quickly just went back into the favor of Epiphany Bolt. In terms of one-on-one, when you actually look at these players over benchmarks as well, you know there is more actually proven talent on the Epiphany Bolt roster, and especially in terms of the way they work individually. But PMC have just looked good in upsets. That's all it's been. But you wonder if it is actually them excelling or other teams just being able to really not get it together and just fall apart in the last few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, the endpoint game is a one-off game. If that's the best of 3, yeah,
endpoint.
I see the next games going like 16-5, 16-7, right? But for endpoint, they're not going to lose like that again, hopefully, versus a PMC sort of level team. This is a team that is heavily funded, remember. Probably, yeah, I mean, I'll go out and say this. Easily the most funded, you know, most facilitated team we have in the UK. That's a team that should be producing the best results. And obviously, you know, winning the Premiership, getting the spot back into MDL. If we saw Wind and Rain and both Endpoint in Premier, that could be such a great storyline in terms of the competition. Think about how much that would really elevate the UK scene, because similar to technology, Jack, they say that wars, you know, revolutionize technology. The idea of travel, space, technology itself is always heightened during war because both the countries or the sides are trying to innovate the best technology they have, right? When it comes into this one, if we saw Wind and Rain and both Endpoint and Premier, both those teams are going to be putting in the hours. They got the motivation. They're going to be the best. They want to be the best team in the UK, and they're going to fight for that. And that could actually, you know, elevate and heighten the scene to new heights.
Obviously playing against better competition there in a Premier. Potentially, if you do actually somehow majorly have a ridiculous run in MDL, you could actually get yourself that spot in Pro League. That is always to play for. There's always potential.
I think that's
still to come, but
yeah,
would always be.
Let's just have a team that stays in MDL, right? We had the Rattlesnake one where they had 8 wins, I believe it was 8-8 back when Imi was coaching that one. When Mighty Max, PT, Release, Rattlesnake, and Beta, that stayed in MDL. But back then, the competition was drastically different. 3 years ago, whatever it was, 2 years ago. So
it wasn't that long ago.
It was 2 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
At least a year and a half
like
ago.
Like a year max.
No, over a year.
It was like a year max, I remember.
Is this another thing we put money on?
Well, I mean, I've won all of our bets, so probably. But let's see.
He knows. He knows.
No, it's not 3 years ago. It's like a year max. Does I remember it happening? I remember casting those games, mate. You weren't even in the scene, boy.
What, a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay. No wonder you don't want to put the bet on.
You were still playing WoW Arena.
I wish, mate. I wish. Life was a lot more simple back then. 4-1. Obviously, Epiphany Bolt here. Looking strong early on versus Luminary GG. The matchup was close in the first half, and then Epiphany Bolt won all the second half rounds, basically, when they won that one 16-8. Paz Money were able to deny the momentum after Docs did DC, but a first frag found by Elo. 5 versus 4, as the players from Paz Money Crew linger still towards Banana and towards the A-bomb. So flashes come in, great flashbang. Wolf able to find one frag, tries to land the second as well, and the headshot does connect with a spray transfer. 2 versus 4 now. Blackie. Steven, should I say, fires a frag towards B. Short, but he is low.
This is Blackie and Docs now left in the 2 versus 3 as they will take their fight over towards the B-bomb site. Dom just trying to stay alive from Toxic as they push round. He is just going to be bobbing and weaving from behind the barrels. Wants to try and land these shots if possible, but it's a very awkward firefight. Docs eventually is able to tackle him. Thomas goes down as well to Blackie. So his only Elo remains. And Elo, he's charging straight through. It's 10 HP and 26 respectively. Luckily, he will don his sidearm, but he's getting tagged up from the sidelines. Doesn't realize, barely misses with the no-scopes as well. As he's trying to tag him up, blows away Docs eventually. Peeks up, but Blackie had the angle. Pops him clean down with the AK. Grabs a free AWP as well, so that's a hat trick. 7 kills on the board for Blackie, looking very effective for PMC right now. As you can see, the cash is broken on Epiphany Bolt as well. So Pat's Money Crew are only going to be 1 round away from equalizing the scoreline if they do win this. The reinvestment comes through. They're going to pump every last bit of Wonga into this one for Epiphany Bolt.
Every last bit of dosh. Let's see. Epiphany Bolt onto the last bar before the reset could come in after Blackie wins the 1 versus 1. Then again, conversely, the same could be said now for Pat's Money Crew. If they lose this round, the money gets reset. They're back down to the 1,400 round loss bonus. Harry C now towards Connector. First frag found by Harry C. The second as well by the Mac 10. It's going to be a 5 versus 3, and you might have to save already here for your Epiphany Bolt.
Oh, 3 players remaining now on the Epiphany Bolt side as they just try and run away. Obviously have to go for the save, ideally. You do have the AWP on Elo, so you actually might be able to find a frag with it. Oh, they lose Wolfie though, as the peek comes out from Docs early on with the AWP, does some damage. So this is going to be the 3 rounds we imagined that would be achieved for Pat's Money Crew actually to be picked up. Elo as well, straight through the legs there as he whiffs it when the peek comes round. He was given the opportunity, but he couldn't actually land it. Swing and a miss. So 3 rounds for PMC. Epiphany Bolt still on 4. They might actually be able to go toe for toe, equalize this scoreline. PMC starting to get momentum behind them, looking good.
Terrorists win.
4-3. Round number 8 then. PMC, as you said, looking good. Broke the money now versus Epiphany Bolt. Harry C with a double entry towards B short. You saw as soon as the B bomb shot was completely given up for free. Epiphany Bolt forced to save in that scenario for this very reason, the money being such a dire situation. But they're not actually going to force around the saved weaponry instead. M4 for Thomas, that was saved. AWP as well for Elo. The fuse gets there onto Thomas. They can just save this one. Into round number 9, they can have the 4 buys. They might concede the 4th round here versus, sorry, 4 Pat's Money Crew. High chance we do see a 4-4 scoreline. 4 players stationed now towards the B side. AWP from Elo. in towards B short. The boost as well towards sandbags from Thomas. They're trying to get the best effectiveness they can out of these save weapons. But no one from PMC is going to be taking the bait. Instead, rotations come back in towards the A site now. 1:15 left on the clock. And the bomb is still towards Playground, making its way in towards mid as well. So all it takes is some good aggression to come out from the AWP potentially towards Banana, towards middle, towards toilets. Find that first frag. And maybe have a 5 versus 4. You have one of these players with the pistols pick up the AK. There's a chance. But Pat's Money Crew, indecisive as where they want to eventually conclude into this round, as they were going back down connector. You had a player in towards B short. But instead, Lowers finds the first frag. 5 versus 4. He's still a Blackie as well, lurking out towards the B bombs. They can still go back towards B, remember. With 30 seconds left and connector control in their control, they can go for those fast rotations if they want to.
Oh, Elo gets the first ferocious opener though, as he somehow connects that shot on Harry C. Blackie will fire back through with a scoped weapon. Krieg working out well as takes down Dom, but Shaney's there for the trade, so it is a 3v3 when the push actually comes through. They're going to bound out towards the bomb site. Elo still finding frags with the AWP, being the showstopper that he needed to be. Docs up close and personal will be able to get one entry, but Elo comes through with a hat trick of frags off the back of the AWP. And actually is the only reason Pat's Money Crew are stopped into that round. He really was the driving force behind it. And Shaney, he scavenges himself a free Krieg as well. So that's been passed over for free because of this.
We like freebies here, don't we? Wow. Even though they found the first frag, still coming in towards that site. Or the M4 as well for Thomas. Simply too much to handle there for Pat's Money Crew. Ooh, fast round towards middle. Can maybe catch Elo off guard. Misses the first shot. There's no trade frag just yet. Misses the flick as well, and eventually going to be taken down.
Ooh, Wolfie playing close around toilets here as they try and clean up this situation, but he's still going to mop away the mess as he finds 2 frags. One headshot coming through on crit there as well, up towards the bomb site. Lol's going to peek round with the AK. Does actually get the spam off. Takes down Thomas. Wolfie also hits the DECK as he falls short to Docs. It's not a great round so far for Epiphany.
Oh,
they make it
God,
better. Dom
Mr.
with the entry. That was nice, as he actually did pick up the headshot that was dearly needed. Keeps him in the game for now. A minute on the clock, but the true play comes down towards B. Shaney, he's got a scope weapon and an angle, but it isn't actually the AWP. It's the Krieg, pushes through, but Blackie faces him. Krieg on Krieg action, as Blackie comes out on top.
1 versus 2 then for Dom. Knows exactly where one of them is. Gets the headshot. Where's the refrag or the reface? Sorry, from Blackie, and there it is. Eventually going to come with the peak with the SSG. What was it called in Source? The Krieger or something?
The Krieg, yeah.
Krieg, yeah. Krieg actually means warrior in German.
Wow.
Would you look at that? And we are playing Overpass, so how fitting. Round number 10 then. Resets going back and forth. Pat's Money Crew reset the money from Epiphany Bolt. They save the 2 weaponry, AWP, and 4. They win that round when Pat's Money Crew came in towards the A side. And now for a second time already in this half, they're going to be reset again. So, where is the consistency for Pat's Money Crew? We have to see them win 2 rounds in a row. They cannot just win one by one by one by one. They need to get some continuity here behind their rounds. Already, Elo finds the first frag, so Doc's taken out the server. And a 5 versus 4, and this could be the force by victory back for Epiphany Bolt.
Shaney, though, if you can cut off the rotate here from Blackie, that'll be 1 man down as well. Added on to already the fact that Docs has been killed into a few seconds into the round, so it's not going to be a great start for PMC if that is the case. But Shaney actually backs off. Thomas as well going to rotate around with him, so they're just leaving Dom on B. B could still be aggressed upon here into the late rounds, since they have the utility for it. They've got the weaponry as well, so they can burst in, as they actually do set up for the B take.
Smoke towards bridge, towards side, the flashbangs as well, but Dom up close and personal with the C set. Let's see if he can connect any shots. Finds one, but eventually traded out there by Blackie. 4 versus 3 is now the side is in the domain of PMC, and as Thomas tries to cause a bit of a ruse here and gain their attention, and it's worked. Wolfie from the side finds one. Thomas eventually finds and connects shots with the Deagle, but eventually should be taken down, but not before the backup comes in from Elo. 6-4 as we go into round number 11 now, and it seems like the shots through the smoke, everyone from PMC just so scared and paranoid about a push from bridge, a push from water, and all it took was a shot from the side from Wolfie to open everything up there for Epiphany Bolt. So the force by victory is 1. They get to 6 rounds now, Jack, and PMC forced onto an eco, so this should be the 7th already for Epiphany Bolt.
Oh, the face from Wolfie as well. Confidence peak there towards mid. He is going to be blind and stopped in his aggression, but the rack should come through actually now for Thomas as he peeks out, takes down crit. Headshot as well from Thomas there as he flicks around back on Harry C. Blackie will take him down as he bludgeons him with a deagle. They're going to swiftly move their way towards close toilets as well. Elo is there with the CZ out as he tries to spam against them, at least soften them up. Shaney on the site will be able to overpower Lols as well. Hits him with a backbreaker. Elo on the drive-by gets the first. Blackie will trade it back. It's just Blackie left in a 1v2. He has the AWP. He's got the bomb as well. He is trying to make a play towards the A site, but this is going to be hard for him, especially with the backstab now coming around from Dom. He can try and actually loop the whole way around, or at least just hold the angle if he wants. Shaney's playing close to the site. And both points of rotate are actually cut off here as well. And I think the audio should be heard no matter where Blackie goes from if he does try and rotate towards B. So this is not a good position to be in for him to clutch from.
Yeah, this is awkward. Has the bomb though. That might be the silver lining he needs. No Kevlar to back up the AWP. So one shot from these M4s and the AWP is basically going to be useless. Dom has the flank back down towards the B-bomb, so they know he was towards Party or towards Fountain. Shaney as well. I don't actually think he sees him if he walks up here. He's going to have to check it at some point.
Shaney might have heard the scope as well. So Shaney should be ready for this. Yeah, be an easy frag as soon as he peeks round. Just rip into him with the M4, take him down. And that's also gifted Shaney a free AWP. Yeah,
you saw as soon as the scope happened, Dom instantly running out from connector. Came in towards middle as well just to back up Shaney in case things went south. But 7-4. And the battle of the four spies eventually concluded, and obviously your fortune for winning that is those 2 extra rounds. You win versus the 4 spy, you then force out the eco. That's why we see the 7-4 scoreline now. Pistols for Pat's Money Crew. Deagle there for Blackie. Forces a Kevlar as well coming out from the T side, so they can actually make this one work if they go fast.
Ooh. Fast and furious in towards the B side. The Trent sprint round. Shaney unfortunately flew his HE grenade over. If we were throwing it close, could have done even more damage, but luckily he was still able to actually connect those shots anyway. Bomb is down on the site. Backstab from Wolfie as well coming through as he slowly tiptoes his way up to try and cause a bit of a massacre here. Gets the first one towards Dom. There is a response from Blackie, but Thomas will put an end to that. And it is only crit remaining. Crit's down and out as well. Head lopped clean off there by Shaney. So Epiphany Bolt grab themselves 8 rounds. But look, they want to try and continue this. There is the rebuy coming out for PMC though.
Yeah, they need to start getting rounds soon here, Jack. If it does go 9-4, they're going to be on to another quasi-buy, maybe even 10-4 for Epiphany Bolt if they win this round. And at that point, you know, double digits given over to Epiphany Bolt. This is a team that's usually in the deficit. They're usually struggling in these matchups. It will be the Krieg again for Blackie. It seems like that is his weapon of choice. 3 AKs to finish off and round off the rest of the buy with the AWP as well for Docs. It's been rather quiet from him. Bomb in towards middle. Once again, it's going to be the 3-1-1 default coming up from Pat's Money Crew. 1 outside B to hold for the aggression from the CT side. 1 towards connector to deny connector control, obviously, for Epiphany Bolt. Again, connector control slowly. And then 3 towards mid. They can smoke front toilets, Molotov off banana, walk in towards the A side, go for the execution if they want to. Can even go for the fake because they have connector control now thanks to Harry C. So they have fast rotations back and forth between the sites. This has been a good default so far from Pat's Money Crew, but the aggression coming towards A long now from Wolfie. Will he spell out the information that Epiphany Bolt really need at the moment?
Wolfie slowly pushing his way around, trying to see if he can get the read and at least get the early info, when in reality this push comes down towards B. Pat's Money Crew getting ready as they set up, banging outside the gates, causing ruckus as they want to just run amok inside this B site when they do finally burst round. Shaney as well goes for the information play, but Blackie does damage, takes down Dom, and makes the defense that little bit weaker. This is where the push comes through as well. They gamble, they roll the dice on it as they know it's now or never. Molotov comes around, Wolfie cuts down Lols. Thomas as well, just waiting to try and assist his teammates while Shaney comes through, but eventually is taken out as well. Docs punishes Thomas. 2v2 as site control has been taken. Wolfie's coming through from the rear. Elo, he's got to take the brute force of the full frontal assault here with the AWP as he tries to peer down in towards the bomb site into the 2v2. Holding their post plants, they have no real reason to do too much. They have just to wait for this push to come back from the CTs, just invite them in. As they slowly group up. Wolfie goes for contact, actually does overpower Docs there, wins in that duel, and crit. He's going to be panicked because of it.
It's not planted for him.
Backs off, plays from a more interesting angle, tries to reface as well, goes down to the CZ.
Strange, 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 strange. The bomb planted default, planted for short, planted for monster. Makes the poor mid-round decision. And gives up full vision of that bomb plant. Obviously forced to run into the Molotov. Easy frag found there by Elo. 9-4 and round number 14. So there's still, you know, a chance for a quasi-buy here. And then a full buy to the last round. But if you give up double digits already for the CT side of Epiphany Bolt, you know, a 10-5 half, for example, or 11-4 half, Jack, I just see this one still concluding in favor of Epiphany Bolt.
I'd say so. It does seem like it at this point, really. For PMC, I just don't think they're going to be able to actually get that motivation back into them. It was a good start, but then it's just been very much hit and miss. Rounds where it just comes down to slightly being able to overpower. Epiphany Bolt actually are getting results that you expect them to get now. This is what the upset factor is.
Well, in terms of upsets, PMC, they've already found 2 versus Endpoint, obviously versus Epiphany Bolt as well on Cash. You know, they had the 2 wins from that. The problem is, though, now that they won versus Endpoint especially, our team's going to keep underestimating them into these matchups.
Yeah, that's true. That's always the moment where they actually can get the upper hand. If a team goes into it, doesn't actually expect the full frontal attack, doesn't expect them to be good enough, there can be mistakes that are made through that. But still, just looking like a normal game of CS so far here on Overpass, just really outskilling them on that CT side. They were better defending their angles, better just being able to close out these rounds. PMC just getting outclassed here. Actually, what you expect to see coming through, rather than the upsets they have had. Because if you think your mind back to the Endpoint game, it was a similar first half scoreline starts where Endpoint crushed down, and then all of a sudden PMC just win rounds after round, where they just brought it back and then somehow actually won that matchup, which never should have happened.
Yeah, that was quite a strange one, really, wasn't it? 13-4 up. They still let it slip, so 9-4. Still are waiting for the issues to play to drop out the server. Seems like all these teams tonight having issues. Players DCing, players having their router reset or whatever, players having technical issues. More than actually at LAN, which is surprising.
It's true. All the issues coming through.
It is true. I mean, at least we have the last matchup of the day to look forward to, Jack. Fish 1-2-3 versus Endpoint. That's the real showstopper.
That should actually be a very good game. Obviously, actually shapes up how things are going to go there between both of those two teams. Because when you think of finals, you expect both of them to be there, really. So it's a pretty good result.
100%, yeah. It's a shame they're in the same group as well, because actually, here's a good question, actually, Jack. Rank from best to worst. Fish 1-2-3, Endpoint, Radix, no, not Radix, sorry, Vexed, and Wind and Rain.
I think we've got Fish 1-2-3 at the top,
yep.
Just in terms of what we've seen, and obviously the fact they are based on the Epsilon roster.
Yep.
Moving on from that, I'd probably give it a War and Rain right now.
In best of threes.
In terms of best of threes and how they performed in other leagues.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Then I'd say Endpoint and Vexed.
Yeah, I think the Endpoint Vex is actually really close.
I think it is, but I think overall, you have to give the edge to Endpoint.
Yeah, I would agree. I actually really do look forward to seeing Vexed and Endpoint hopefully eventually playing. You know, say Vexed still carry on this undefeated record. They go out with first place. They guarantee a spot there. Obviously, if Endpoint finish second in the group, we expect to see Fish 1-2-3 win it. Fish go and play second seed, which might be Wind and Rain, for example. That's a great game. But a better game is Vexed, first seed, versus Endpoint, second seed in the bracket play. Endpoint Vexed in the semi-final of the Prem would be the one for me to watch. I
think that'd actually be a 2-0. I think Vexed would lose that. I think Endpoint on LAN, in a situation where, you know, they can actually play as that 5, they should win. Plus, in a best-of-3 environment, they should be able to win that every time as well.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. I think that's a great matchup to see. Obviously, Quicks came second in the last Premiership. That's a lie. In the Premiership before that one. Last Premiership they came second. Who was it? CX,
I think it was a Premiership before that as well.
No, it wasn't. September, mate. It was CX versus
So, last LAN, Endpoint won.
Yeah, versus CX.
Season before that, who was there?
FM and Robin, Quicks.
Was that only that time ago?
Heatus League, yeah.
Seems like it would have been long ago.
Because we skipped a Prem in December.
Oh yeah, we did skip a Prem. Yeah, I remember.
The Meister Shaft was there, of course. Prem wasn't.
Being Meister shafted by this pause.
We are being shafted by this pause, yeah.
We're back.
Oh, did you hear that in your ear?
Yeah.
See that? Okay.
No.
You didn't.
We're back. Let's go.
I was about to say, do we throw to a pause?
We were already in a pause, mate.
I meant a break, but it's fine. Give me a break at least. 9-4 then. Ooh, Thomas gets aggressive towards Connector, finds the first frag. Can he get away scot-free with the assault and battery coming in towards Manila from Pass Money Crew?
Yeah, good opener. Actually going to be able to get the initial frag. Try and do some more as well. Thomas so close, but he just goes down to Docs there with the AK. So actually Pass Money Crew, if they can try and get another frag from this, they can actually work with this quite well towards the A site as they push up. Docs sprays against Wolfie. Elo just trying to stay hidden. Lands the tag with the AWP, but now things will get awkward for him. Goes down, couldn't actually even take down Harry C. So it's just Shaney and Dom on the site. Shaney gets the initial frag. Harry C was so low, so it makes sense that he gets executed so quickly. Shaney actually trying to do it all on his lonesome. Just went full on aggression there. Crit as well doesn't spot out the head of Dom. Dom bobbing above. We'll find him. They get that 10th round. 1 round away from this half being over. And Epiphany Bolt looking like they want to try and take it 11-4 scoreline as Pat's Money Crew are pretty broken. They have to invest back into it, but it's just going to be AKs. No utility apart from a double flash on Docs. That is it.
Double digits already now for Epiphany Bolt. Wolfie missing the smoke towards middle, doesn't care. Still going to go for the face. Actually, the flashbangs will eventually force him back in towards Banana. So, 2 players from Connector, 3 towards Playground and Party, make their way in now towards the A side. And for Epiphany Bolt, they have the up towards the A side, but it's not playing aggressive. You know, it's not in towards Toilets, it's not in towards Banana. It's not holding out towards A long. Instead, Wolfie's going to be peeking that one. As it seems that they're going to be going for the bait set up, the AWP holding towards A long, the rifle playing close. Obviously, Elo shoots. And that rifle has no idea what's close to him.
Holding their control towards Toilets right now on that T side as they slowly push up. It's going to be the gamble, really. You got the scope coming through. Thomas as well with the spray. Oh, Elo lines him up and knocks him down as he looked like he wanted to get back-to-back collateral frags there with the AWP, but it was only going to be the one pair that he was able to take out. Oh, Wolfie as well. Could be given a backstab here. Because Crit, no idea. Even when he turns, just gets obliterated from the sideline off the back of the M4, grabs the AK as well, starts to try and spray with it as it's just Blackie. He has left to find and try and slay, tags him with the AWP, eventually executes him as well, goes back for more, but Shaney uses his confidence there to overpower him. Defuse comes through. And that is going to be 11 rounds at the half there for Epiphany Bolt.
11-4. Epiphany Bolt looking strong. Pat's Money Crew, Jack. Maybe if they go back to the Zantares logos, the Nico logos, you know, they bring out their own flair, the PMC logo. And suddenly the individual skills is not there.
It's true, it's all started to go away. It's all gone wrong.
Wow, now the halftime breaks here. There's been a lot of downtime. So tell me about your day.
It's been all right, mate.
Yeah, it's been good.
You've been with me.
Yeah, I know. It's been you know, 2 hours on the train to get here. We were scared for a 3-hour wait as well. Thankfully, NSG did want to play.
They came back. They said, you know what?
Do you know what?
We'll do it.
We'll do it. If you pay me more, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Wow. Crucial pistol round now for Pat's Money Crew. They cannot afford to let this one go. Otherwise, it should be Epiphany Bolt to take it in their stride. But UK teams are closing out games. It's not really the best combo.
No, but when they slipstream their way in towards B and they get the initial entries and all 3 frags go their way, you've got to favour them, as they will actually be able to pick this one up, you'd imagine, on the retake coming round. Docs can clear his angles, but not fully. Ooh, Elo. Elo as well, peeking out. He will actually get the headshot back on Docs. It's just Lols left. But I don't think he's going to be laughing about this one.
Ha! I don't think so, actually, as well. 1 versus 5. Eventually, going to be taken down. 12-4. Will Epiphany Bolt be the first team to close out a match properly? promptly, on time, deliver a 16-4, a 16-5? Or are we going to overtime?
Who knows? We'll see. As the buy comes out, it's actually just going to be one SMG as well. So Epiphany Bolt playing more so with the fact they do want to have that range and capability to just find frags rather than building up a stable economy on that T side. So let's see what they opt to do with it, as right now everyone groups up by close playground. They're going to push through, try and take long control towards A most likely. And this is good. This bypasses the defense and more importantly bypasses the stack of 4 players towards B that are quickly trying to sprint. They're on their heels as they run back towards A. Luckily they're going to get there before Epiphany Bolt had a chance to actually dip their toes into the water.
Yeah, pushing up towards A long, then Thomas with the AK finds the first frag, 5 versus 4, but Dogs, the fast Deagle shot as well. Harry C with the CZ towards the truck, still annihilating the assault battery coming out from Epiphany Bolt. As the CZs work their magic, but not quite enough. As the trick has been debunked, they know exactly how to do it. They pull the cards out their sleeve, and they said you lied. I feel like you'd be good at magic.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually, with that long, you know, mafia coat you got, you could hide a lot of things in there.
Okay.
Whip out a rabbit. Or a pigeon.
I think that's animal abuse. I don't think you're allowed to keep them in coats.
In coats or cages?
In coats, mate. I don't have a cage, do I?
Apart from the one you put yourself in. It was figurative.
Frags coming through, as all of a sudden everyone goes down. Absolute massacre here with the AKs. Epiphany Bolt looking like they want to try and shut this one down quickly. Obviously, off the pistol round as well, they're into a good position. They were poised to do so, as they will actually find success. Shaney now going to be switching out and grabbing the AWP. Wolfie going to be sticking to just the Mat 10 as well, so he's happy with his Ghetto Blaster for now.
His what?
His Ghetto Blaster.
Ghetto Blaster. I like that. What do you call the UMP?
UMP.
You haven't got some cool name for that one?
Just called the UMP, mate. That'd be ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous. Well, fast play towards the B-bomb side it seems. B short going to be going in the favour of Epiphany Bolt. The flashbangs come through. And the Ghetto Blaster finds the first frag onto Lolt. It's 5 versus 4. Once again, Epiphany Bolt is so good at getting the first frag, it seems. Boost coming out towards sandbags as well. And ooh, 3 players apart from just Docs on his lonesome towards the A site, situated here. Oh, it must have heard the boost.
Ooh, gets detected. Elo will take him down, but Blackie and Harry C fire back through as they actually do just run a rampage on the bomb site here. Elo going to be able to cut off Harry C on the crossface. Docs arrives over. He's got 1:10. Bomb hasn't gone down just yet, but they're using their smokes and utility to actually gain more map control. Docs with the peak does find Elo though. This puts him back into a 1v1. It's manageable, but he has no armor. He's soft. He's got no shell on his back. He's going to peek round. Wolfie.
Where are you looking, man?
Just in the open, staring up, fully focused in, like a magpie staring at silver.
There you go. 14-5 as Pat's Money Crew will... I said this last time, Jack. Will draw out this matchup. But they won last time. When they were 13-4 down. They won versus Endpoint. But can they do one extra and go 14-4 down and bring it back and win? That would be quite the upset. Round number 20 then. 5-14. As it will just be 5 AKs coming from Epiphany Bolt. No AWP going to be in commission here from Elo. Docs to the peak towards middle, obviously reaming with confidence. After the 1 versus 2 goes in his favour. But instead, still a 9-round deficit here for Pat's Money Crew to come back into the CT side of Overpass. And it was their T side on Cobblestone as well, which they won those 9 or 11 rounds in a row, whatever it was. That was so ridiculous. So now they have to do it on the flip side on a different map. I still see that this one goes in favour of Epiphany Bolt.
As of right now, it definitely is anyway. Wolfie with the entry. Oh, Thomas. He can actually side sweep them and completely clear out B-site individually here as he gets the first frag, takes down Harry C. Blackie will rotate over to try and support. Thomas still has the Molotov to force him out of position, but actually uses it deep closer towards water side rather than on barrels here, so he's allowed to stay in his position. Spots him. Thomas as well, finding the headshot somehow. As he flicks his way through him, crit on the site, defense goes down to Shaney as he was a little bit too shaky, couldn't hold his ground. Docs as well with the AWP in play. Touched out the prior round, but he's only left in a 1v5. What can he actually achieve? Gets one, gets two. Somehow Dox is actually being gifted 3 frags here as they all aggress against him. Tries to get another one, but misses it. Refaces up, but he's going to be sent off to the Burns ward. Goes down. Match point secured for Epiphany Bolt.
15-5, then 10 match points for Epiphany Bolt. Dox in the last one had the 1 versus 2, but a 1 versus 5, obviously too much of a tall task for him. Round number 21, just going to be the... Well, what's crazy as well is because Dox won the 1 versus 2, the round loss bonus has been reset from 3.4k all the way down to 1400, so all they have left to work with is 2 CZs, 2 Deagles, a P250 as well for crit, utility onto 1 player, but they have Kevlar around these 5 players, so maybe if they find a weapon, they can back it up with some armor, get some firepower for their side of their roster. But it seems incredibly unlikely here as they make their march up towards Banana. They spot the first player, Dox, trying to land and connect the headshots.
Ooh, gets tagged up. He's left on 41 HP. As they're going to push him as well. Thomas will take him down, tackles him with a Glock on the close range combat. All of a sudden, there's just 4 men left, and those numbers are going to be dwindling fast, you'd imagine. But Cret and Harry C come back through with the pistol prowess as they hit with a bit of a 101 there. They pull the trigger and take him down. Snots. Hot battle as well. Left in a 3v3. The trade game's constantly being played here. Lulz coming in from behind there. This is going to be the backstab that will be interesting. Lulz could be so key into the round. He has the Deagle. He slowly pushes through. As Lulz arrives on the scene, trying to clear out these smokes as they extend through. Dom doesn't know. He hasn't detected him. Takes down Dom. Tries to do more. Shaney aggresses through, but Lulz has actually already got 2. Lulz could be the difference maker as Harry C tries to push out through Bank, but jump faces as well. That's an ace for Thomas.
Thomas.
As he's going to close it out.
Thomas.
There's the victory. Epiphany Bolt as Thomas will find success. They actually get another win.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas...